When Tokyo Disney Resort's 5th hotel opened up, there was a lot of buzz. This hotel really seemed to bring some of that impact magic to your accommodation, and what's more impressive is that it doesn't stop once you enter your room. But is it worth the price, and are there better hotels at the resort? I'm Jordan at 8-Bit Theme Park Japan, and in this video I'm going to answer all those questions for you and show you every inch of Tokyo Disney Resort's Toy Story Hotel. First off, I have to tell you something that might shock you. Chances are, if you're planning a trip, you're not going to be able to stay at this hotel, even if you want to. All of the hotels at Tokyo Disney are really popular and notoriously difficult to book. And with the Toy Story Hotel being the newest and one of the cheapest, these rooms get fully booked fast, especially for weekends. Room bookings become available at 11 AM Japan time exactly 3 months before the date. So if you want to stay on July 4th, for example, you'll have to book the hotel on April 4th at 11 AM Japan time. Good luck. I spent one night in the Toy Story Hotel with no plans for the day after, so me and my family spent the whole next morning just enjoying what this hotel has to offer. One thing that makes this hotel very different from every other Tokyo Disney hotel is that you can only enter this one if you have a room booked, which is a little strange. So if you want to take a look around the hotel but you're staying somewhere else, sadly you're not able to. The prestigious Miracosta Hotel, where you can see inside Disney Sea and even watch the nighttime show? Yeah, come in, it's fine. The hotel that looks like a kid's bedroom? Sorry, no, you can't enter. Okay, so is it worth staying here? Well, that's going to depend on what you want from a hotel. So first, let me show you everything the place has to offer, as it's really quite a different experience to an average hotel. As soon as you get off the monorail and cross the road, it really feels unique, almost like you're in one of Disney's theme parks. You meander around the car park and then have the reveal of Slinky Dog Park. This is a delightful little playground filled with props that you'll recognize from the movies. My 10-year-old daughter loved it, and frankly, so did I. We loved getting photos with all the statues, and we even played the game. So this whole area is themed to a Slinky Dog board game. So I downloaded a dice app on my phone and played the game with my daughter, which was a really fun way to spend some time, and I really recommend it if you do stay there. Probably my favorite thing in the entire hotel is this Slinky Dog playing piece for the game. Isn't he just so great? I really hope they make a real version of the board game someday, because I would buy it in a heartbeat, especially if it had these playing pieces. After some fun there, you'll enter the hotel lobby, and if you're anything like me, the first thing you'll notice is the scale-electric cars racing over the front desk, each one designed after a different Toy Story character. The front desk has this delightful light-up pin design, with the iconic Scrabble playing pieces used for the sign above it. There's also a gift shop which has mostly stuff you can find in the parks, but also a couple of exclusive things to the hotel. The design of the shop is one of the most creative areas of the entire hotel, with games and toys everywhere. I love these LGM stickers of them in their rocket costumes from the Toy Story Mania ride. There's another shop which is much more of a standard convenience store kind of deal, to get food and drinks. But one thing that was a little strange about the hotel was they have all these really lovely areas to sit and relax, but you're not allowed to eat or drink in any of them. So when you buy food and drinks, you just have to take it back to your room. Oh, there's also a buffet restaurant themed around Lotso. I find it funny how Disney are able to play Lotso off as sweet and cuddly when they want to, even though he left all the main characters of the movies to burn alive in a giant furnace. But hey, at least he smells like strawberries. We went here for the breakfast buffet, which was a great way to refuel in the morning after a tiring day in the park. One tip is to make sure you don't fill up too quickly, as I'd already eaten a small village's worth of food when someone comes over with a cart of fresh cinnamon donuts, and they were warm and flaky, and oh my goodness, I wanted to eat so many of them, but I just couldn't. The restaurant is also one of the few parts of the hotel to take advantage of its seafront view. Hey look, it's Mount Fuji. Back in the lobby, you can also see some LGMs being lifted up by Ham driving a crane. The Claw. This invites you to come and explore outside in the other park. As you come out to take a closer look, the stairs lead you up to some more fun set pieces on the next level. If you've ever been to any of the Toy Story lands in Disney parks around the world, you'll probably recognize that some of these figures have been reused, but seeing as Tokyo doesn't have a Toy Story land, it works really nicely here. So this next part is where I really think the Toy Story Hotel elevates itself above a simple, moderate hotel. Everything so far can basically be summed up as a much smaller version of an all-star resort, for those familiar with these budget Walt Disney World hotels. This may be a good time to point out that all of the hotels at Tokyo Disney Resort don't come anywhere near the sheer scale of the hotel resorts at Walt Disney World. There simply isn't the space. Another thing you may have noticed missing is a pool. Pools are not ubiquitous in hotels here as they are in other parts of the world, so If you need a pool, you'll have to choose a different hotel. Where Toy Story Hotel really shines, though, is when you head to your room. There are two wings, one is based on Woody and the other is based on Buzz. They both have different designed elevators and a different prop when you get out, which is really fun. You then make your way down the corridor to your room, open the door, if you can get the damn app to work for you, which I couldn't. What's wrong with just giving us a room key? Anyway, once you open that door and realize you're going to be sleeping in Andy's room, it's a very special moment, and I think the highlight of the hotel. When I first saw pictures of these rooms, I assumed these were some sort of suite or upgrade, but no. Every room in the hotel looks like this. The TV is an Etch-a-Sketch on top of a toy box, which opens into an extra bed. The full-size beds have this huge bed frame, which looks straight out of Andy's room. The iconic wallpaper is adorned with his drawings and posters, as well as the giant Mickey watch and these push pins to hang your clothes on. Making this the standard room was such a brilliant idea, and really makes this feel like something only Disney could do. When the initial thrill wears down, you do realize it's a pretty average room in terms of amenities, but as it's a modern hotel, it is fitted out with USB chargers everywhere and a good modern air conditioner / heater, so well, what more could you want? So anyway, back to the price. Right now, rooms are around 35,000 yen, which, if you're coming over from abroad, will probably convert really nicely as the yen is pretty weak. Unless you're coming from Australia, sorry guys. Anyway, comparing with other hotels at the resort, it is pretty cheap and still gives you some of that Disney magic in your room. It's also super convenient as it's just across the road from the Bayside monorail station, meaning you can ride the monorail to and from both parks in less than 10 minutes. This makes it way more convenient than the Celebration Hotel, which is a 20-minute bus ride, and those buses are not fun at the end of the day when everyone's standing up and sometimes you have to wait a really long time for them. Really, I think the big question of whether this hotel is for you or not will come down to personal taste. Does the idea of being surrounded by giant plastic toys sound fun and playful, or cheap and tacky? If this isn't your bag, then you may want to fork out for the stunning Miracosta Hotel, which is inside Tokyo Disney Sea, or the classic Tokyo Disneyland Hotel. If those are too pricey, I'm a big fan of the Sheraton and Hilton hotels, which happen to be right next to the Toy Story Hotel, so they're also easily accessible by monorail. My general feeling is that this hotel is a lot of fun, and whilst it does have areas that look cheap, focusing the budget on the fantastic rooms and the courtyards was a brilliant move. If you're traveling with kids, this may be the best hotel at the resort, and at a pretty reasonable price too. Of course, once you take the monorail to either of the parks, you'll want to know which rides to head to first. That's why I've come up with a ranking of every single ride in each park. So where do you want to go? Tokyo Disneyland or Disney Sea?